What's going on, everybody? This is Soulful of SoulfulSax Gaming, bringing you guys the next episode of Surviving Mars. So in our previous episode, we went ahead and we set the layout for the new dome that we're going to go ahead and create so we can start bringing in colonists to this new colony up on Mars. We also received our most recent resupply ship, which had a lot of materials, so that way we can start the construction process. Right now, what I'm actually doing is I'm actually telling the transport robot to go ahead and start moving some of the materials from our basic location of storage over to the dome area.
Sector scanned. Research
And we're going to go ahead and use
complete.
both transport robots to do that process because we have quite a bit of materials that need to be moved so we can get this dome all created. We already have one of the RC commanders over there ready to go, so once I give the order to start the construction process, those robots will start that building ability once we get everything moved over there. As you can see, the map continues to give us trouble with dust storms, but that was one of the threats that we were supposed to be accustomed to or get used to for this particular area on the map, which I don't have a problem with. I've never actually played or had a playthrough where we did deal with dust storms like that, so this is a different change for me. So I'm definitely having fun with it. So this actually should be about it. That one's dropping off the concrete. The next one's going to bring in the polymers. And there we go. I tell the robots they can go ahead and start the building process. Once we get the polymers dropped off, they can get that all organized. And you'll see how quickly that the dome gets built.
I'm Penem Askelin of Mars Official Radio. Lean back, relax, and let us do the rest. Our songs are simply the best, and my hosting is too.
Alright, so we almost missed it, but I did catch it before it was completed. Our very first
Milestone
dome.
achieved. We have an oxygen shortage. We have a water shortage. We have a power shortage.
Yeah. Definitely, this is our very first dome. So definitely I'm happy that we were able to get that situated. The reason why the computer said that we had an oxygen shortage and we had a water shortage is because this dome is not connected. So now we have to think about how are we going to connect the sources of water and power and oxygen to this dome to all the production that we've been doing inside that actual crater. And this is where I decide that I think the best solution is to go ahead and put a tunnel. Now, running pipes and cables all the way around the map is not really feasible because you'll have what they call cable faults or pipe leaks, and that can definitely damage the stability of a actual colony. So the easiest way is to just run a bunch of tunnels, because the tunnel basically transfers all those resources from one point to the other. So it was much easier for me to just put a tunnel down here and then put another tunnel down over near the dome, so that way we can transfer those resources from one point to the other. And this is us designing it. That was also one of the main reasons why I needed to get a resupply ship to bring in all those materials, because I knew this was going to be the best solution. And definitely we wanted to make sure we had enough resources available before we tried to start this process.
Sector scanned.
Alright, so here we go. Alright, so right here I'm actually adding a few more water tanks because now that we have 2 water extractors, we should have a few more storage spaces for that water to be collected. So I add a few more water tanks here. I also add another fuel refinery as well over here, so that should be coming up very shortly.
Though I like it on Mars, I find myself missing things I never thought I would. I've basically been a vegetarian since my first semester in college. Still, I recently had a craving for a doner kebab. I don't know why. The same thing happened when I thought of Turkish delight, the most revolting candy ever created. Have you experienced similar cravings? If you have, tell us. Let's
And
listen to
yep,
another
this
song.
here is why I installed the fuel refinery. There we go. And the fuel refinery is, I'm installing the second one because I want to make sure that we have a good source of fuel production on the colony, because we already have one, but we want to make sure we have a second one, because some of these extractors with some of the upgrades will allow you to extract more with fuel as an actual, I guess, a booster. So definitely want to make sure we have enough of that.
Sector scanned.
Alright, so here we are. They are finishing up the tunnel. Now the best benefit about the tunnel is that they only need to build it from one end for the second side of it to actually be working. I paused the production of the tunnel because I had not connected everything just of yet. So this is where I'm actually running the pipes from the tunnel directly to the dome. You see how short of a length you actually have to go from this point to that. And that was the main reason why I said it's easier to just run tunnels instead of running a pipe all the way from where we had the water and everything being produced up to this area. It was much easier to just create a tunnel. So now we have, and the tunnel, and actually the pipe transfers oxygen and water, and the cable just is for power, and that's all. That's it. I need to get some metal, so I think I'll tell the transport robot to send some metal up there.
Cable fault reported.
And one of the problems we had before they made the updates was that the AI was not really that smart. And I mean, I don't want to say that in a way, but in a way it was, because you'd create a tunnel that would make a shorter path from one point to another, and the robots would not use the tunnel. They'll take the longest path to get to the distance of where they need to go. But what I noticed was that after the new updates have been released, the robots now take the tunnels, and you'll see that here in a few seconds.
Research complete. Sector scanned.
So as you see right here, the robot actually came through the tunnel to drop off the metal so they can complete the piping and the wiring cable. So now this dome is powered. It has oxygen, it has water. Now all we have to do is start thinking about what are we going to put on the inside of the dome. So that's what we're going to start building up next and putting a nice good layout for what's going to go inside the dome. I actually have like a little blueprint of what I usually like to do when I'm designing the inside of the dome. It works very
Pipe
well.
leak reported.
See, there goes another pipe leak. And that can actually kind of kill your resources, especially like it'll drop your water down to like almost half. It can drop your oxygen or even your power level down to half because of a pipe leak or a cable leak. So that's the reason why you don't want to have those pipes running all over the map. That's just some helpful advanced info information. So here we go. Send him through the tunnel so he can take that stuff back.
This is Mars Official Radio with Penem Askelin. Stay tuned, enjoy, take a break, and just chill. Our songs will go down like an energy pill.
Alright,
Sector
so
scan.
let's take a
Anomaly
look at what
found.
goes inside the dome. First, you want to have a living quarters, so we're going to create an apartment for the colonists to be able to live in. And apartments can hold up to 24 colonists, so that is definitely going to be useful. That's why we're going to put 2 of them in here, so that way we can get up to 48 colonists living in this one dome alone. Now, my basic layout is as follows. You always want to put a grocer, so that way they can shop for food. You always want to put in a restaurant, so that way that would increase their social, as well as them be able to shop for food. You want to put in an infirmary. You know, people are going to get hurt, so you got to have an infirmary. And then you put a little statue in the middle, and that covers them for shopping times 2, social times 1, and a resource for food times 2. And that could be your basic for your layout for your beginning dome. And you still have 4 other slots that you can still use to fill in more spaces. So I can fill in one of those spaces with, you know, another apartment, a farm area. It just depends, you know. And you have lots of different options to choose from. You have open gym. They even give you a casino. You have a sky bar. It's a bunch of different little options that you have. You can see as I'm going through them on the different choices that are out. So the game becomes really fun, and then you also get the opportunity
Cable
where you
fault
can
reported.
filter your domes. So once you get to the point where your colony gets really huge, you can just make a dome that just makes kids. So all the kids that are born, they move into a kids dome. It has nothing but playgrounds in it, has schools and universities, so that way as they grow, they learn, they play together, they can grow social groups within their own age group. And then once they get to a certain age, they move out into the other populated domes to be able to work. So you can even filter your domes as much as that. So this game becomes really fun. It's so many different patterns and options that are out there that you can think of, and that's what makes the game so much fun to play. You gotta try it out for yourself. I've been playing this game since release, and I cannot put it down. I've always been enjoying this game as much as possible. Anytime I get a chance, opportunity to really play it, definitely I love it. That's why I can't wait to play it on our Twitch channel, so that way you can see it during like a live stream. That's definitely going to be coming up really soon.
You're listening to Mars Official Radio with Panna Masculine, your first radio host choice with the best radio voice.
Sector scanned.
So in the last episode, one of our explorer robots found an anomaly that creates tornadoes. So I said that there was some footage of what the tornadoes look like, and this is where it's showing it to you. I was quite worried, being the fact that it's so close to the dome, that it might actually cause damage. But hopefully it only stays just in that little area where you saw the tornado. Hopefully we don't have to worry about that in the future, of that being a real particular issue. But yeah, so right now the transport robot is just transporting materials, so that way they can go ahead and start installing the
Sector
new
scanned. Anomaly found.
locations inside the dome, the apartment, the grocer, and those things, so they can get them built. And then once we have those built and we have some basic functionality going on, then we're going to go ahead and we're going to send a ship back to Earth, so they can ship us some colonists and get this colony started. So right here, guys, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. Hope you enjoyed this episode of Surviving Mars. If you do like it, go ahead and smack that like button, and as well subscribe, so when the next episode comes out, you'll be available to know that.
Complete.
Also check us out over on
Milestone
Twitter.
achieved.
That's at SoulfulSax Gaming, and our Twitch channel is twitch.tv/SoulfulSax_gaming. Check us out and follow us over there. This is going to definitely go live on the stream, so check us out. Hope you guys enjoy. Catch you later.